All right, Shalom. This is going to be another filtering world news using the scriptures. And this right here, um, this particular headlines, again, filtering world headlines using the scriptures, is it says Putin will keep his word if there's a deal to end the war in Ukraine. Trump says so. Putin will quote unquote keep his word. Putin will keep his word if there's a deal to end the war in Ukraine. Trump says, which we know. Well, before I get into it, I'm gonna say all praise to the Most High, who people call God, Yahweh, whose true name is Yahweh in the ancient Hebrew tongue, in the name of his son, who people call Jesus, whose true name is Yahushai. Wahab and the Rakah being spirit, Kodash being holy, or Kodash Rakah being Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings to the elect, all those fighting the good fight of faith and awakening right now. Salutations to the men, the brothers at the Great Millstone Church, the true brothers, chiefly starting with the elder men at the Great Millstone Church. So getting into this, it says Putin will keep his word if there is a deal to end the war in Ukraine, Trump says, because we know America and the country that Putin is over, they're not allies, you know. So, and it's all biblical, it's all prophecy, it's all the way it's supposed to be, you know. Russia being Magog, you know, which is one of it's the leader of the armies that's gonna gather themselves together and shoot missiles on America. You know, bows and arrows, as the scriptures has it. All right, flying flaming swords. All right, so we know that Ww3 is obviously laid out in the Bible, and we know all these things as far as the Ww3 talks that go on in the news, in the headlines, is because of what the Bible say, because that's the God's will. That's how the Lord already forwritten this thing to go. We know this is concerning prophecy. So, but however, regardless that America is supposed to be destroyed by, you know, the many countries that's gonna become allies with and already are allies with Russia, Magog, they have to do it in season. You know, it's nothing that's going to be done out of the season. The Lord, he has weighed everything in a balance, and he doesn't move everything until the said measure be fulfilled. When you read that in, what's that? Is that Sirach or Second Ezra? Sirach 4, Second Ezra 4, I'll get it. But Salakia. So there could be merit to this, but the point of where I'm gonna filter this headline. This headline should be because of that, should be filtered. It's gonna be filtered to say, according to the scriptures, right? Ww3 can't come before the tag. You know, and you should know what I mean by the tag. You know, the MOTB, the tag. You know, until that, you know, tag, that mandatory tag is implemented. It can't come before that. Because if Ww3 came before that, how would the tag be implemented? You know, we're all, you know, is forced to buy and sell, only be able to buy and sell by having that tag, you know, that new currency. You know, that time when man is basically gonna make himself the money itself. You know, but anyway, so and it wouldn't be able to be. You know, it wouldn't be able to be because the country to set it up right or to really have it uh, play out on that level will be gone. It will be no more. And we know once World War III actually kicks off, this place will be no more. Upon numerous scriptures, Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, you know, so forth and so on. All right. So with that being said, again, Putin will keep his word. Will keep his word if there's a deal to end the war in Ukraine. Trump says exactly, which it could be is merit to that because one, they're talking about war. We can get Luke 21 and 10 things to come, as you see on the screen. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation. All right. What does it mean? Then he added in the NLT, the New Living Translation. Then he added, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. See that? That's what's going to happen. So all this stuff biblical. All right. So when we go to Matthew 24, it says in 6, and ye shall hear of wars. See that? And rumors of wars. Right? See that ye be not troubled, but all right, these things must come to pass. Must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right. So ain't no talking when World War III going on. So the fact they talking about World War III, right? And I went into this, a while back. When you actually go into that word rumor, you can basically say it means propaganda.
Strong's G189, aka.
Hearsay, report, or rumor. All right. So it's just, I forgot how I explained it last time when I went into this before, but Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on it again. All right. So yeah. So that's what this is. In the NLT it says, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but do not panic. These things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. See that? Nation will go to war against nation. That's gonna happen, right? And kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. So we see all these things, but the point is, right? The Lord said when you hear these things is just hearsay. It's rumors, right? So that's event. That's an event in themselves. Event. This is an event in themselves, a biblical event in themselves, in itself. Them talking about it, but again, it's mirrored to what Trump's saying, and that could possibly happen if they make a deal to end the war in Ukraine, because to where Putin he'll stand down, who's the commander over Magog, right? All being controlled by the Lord, for the purpose of what everything else that has to play out, being able to play out. All right. See if I had something else. Second Esdras 4, and I'm gonna start at 35. Let's start at 34. Let's start at 33. It says, then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? And he answered, saying, do not thou hasten above the most highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him, for thou hast exceeded much. He like, you tripping. The Lord, you in over your head. All right. Anyway, it says, did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward. Exactly. And that's going into Revelation, because you get the book of Revelation, it talks about the people that were slain, and persecuted and all of that. Um, so which persecution must took place before World War III could actually happen. Again, World War III being actually in the Bible. All right. So there was a persecution then, gonna be another persecution. You can already see it brewing. But this is Revelation 6, and because who's to say the persecution was over with? You know? And then you don't know who was written to escape those times during the siege of Jerusalem, but was written to be persecuted later. You know what I'm saying? Like martyred, I should say, later. You just never know. But anyway, this is Revelation 6. But we know the Lord said those things must happen before World War III can happen. Because when you read on the next verses, it tell you that Matthew 24, Luke 21, you know what I'm saying, Mark 13, which a lot of the persecution that he was talking about did happen then, but not all of it. Who's to say all of it? But anyway, this is Revelation 6 because World War III still ain't happened. So it makes a lot of sense. And they're setting up rules and things, but that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, this is Revelation 6, and I'm gonna start at the point. This is verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God. Exactly. Martyred. It says, and for the testimony which they held. Right? Things that's truth, that stops the propaganda and make America be bad, not have people buy in. You will have obviously the country that's being subject to that don't want it in by the powers that are over it, upset, mad, and basically put in a position to fight back and because they desire to keep going, dwell forever, to where they don't take these people out, any impediment, anything, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not avenge and not dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Exactly. See, how long? So that takes you back to 2nd Ezra in the 4th chapter, jumping down to like 34. It says, verse 35, did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? Right? But it was a point I should have read in that. Right? Because it says, verse 11, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season. That's heavy. It says, unto their fellow servants also, and their brethren that should be killed as they were, should be fulfilled. Exactly. So you probably have people then, right? Souls that was, that's here now that obviously always existed that probably got to go through that now. Everybody wasn't, like the Lord said, he set forth the apostles last. The apostles, they took the worst, So anyway, it's just crazy because that's just exactly what the 2nd Ezra is going into. 35, 4 and 35, it says, did not the souls also of the righteous ask of these questions in their chamber, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? Exactly. Until everything's fulfilled. You can't get, how you going to go ahead and get in the kingdom and World War III ain't happen, and, you go ahead and, come back and take over, and everything even played out. You got people still here that got to finish. It don't even make sense. See that? It says, and unto these things Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And that's crazy. So how many times we got to be persecuted? It says, and he do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. And that's it. All right. So with all that being said, World War III can't happen because the major thing, right, we're rating on is this tag, right? This is Revelation, the implementing of this tag. Revelation 13, and I'm gonna jump to the point. This is verse 15. I don't know how this keeps changing. 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls it all. See, and he calls it all, meaning by legislation, you know, um, through their administrations. Because a lot of this actually probably going to play out. A lot of this been setting up through different administrations, like, different senators, senates, certain people in office with their administration. A lot more things being signed off through Trump's administration. All these people, they puppets, for the oligarchs, the elite bankers. But anyway, and he calls it all, both that run all these places, that run all this stuff from Europe, you know what I'm saying, and et cetera, et cetera. But it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, meaning force by law, right? Rich and poor, free and bond, right? No matter if you throughout, and this for the society, no matter if you at the top or if you at the bottom, no matter if you so-called the Illuminati or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. You in these damn societies, you could be a 33 degree Mason. Everybody is going to be caused, right, forced, required, right, to what? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark is that tag. It says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of the beast or the number of his name. Because these people want complete rulership and dominion. They want to be God. These so-called white people, these Edomites, these the wicked of them, because the earth is given the wicked. They are the wicked. I mean the worst of them. That's what I mean, right? It's that simple. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Exactly. So that's a part of the system they setting up, through the fourth industrial revolution, the dang, the great reset, whatever you want to call it, man. The attempt to make America great again, all that crap. That's why World War III can't happen, because the main place that's going to be used to help this system get going, because all these devils going to do it together, it's going to be America. So how would that happen? Because America is the cup that's in the Lord's hand that has made all the earth drunken. And when you deal with the word drunk, you're dealing with what? Basically, the symbolism for like influence, being under the influence and control of ultimate, of America. It tell you that when you go to Jeremiah 51, and that's gonna be the point. All right, 51:7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations of have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. See that? So everyone is under the influence of America. So when you go to the book of Revelation, because you have some that think, well, that's old Babylon. That's not old Babylon. Look, Babylon's fallen. This is Revelation 18. See, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of whore fornication. See that? Whatever America want to do, people bought into and got with her, on it, on the madness. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, right? Things they shouldn't have did, they got into with America. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And the reason why, because America knows how to generate a lot of money, But we need to be caught up in that. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So we're not gonna be under that influence at that time when they implement this system. You know, we ain't taking it. The Lord said His servants gonna eat, and drink. Isaiah 65:13. It says what? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Exactly. You know. So we're gonna be fine in that time. You know what I'm saying? Because we kept the Lord's faith. That's why He said He's gonna what? He's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation. That's gonna come upon all the earth to try everybody. This is verse 10 in Revelation 3. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, right? Which shall come upon all the earth. See, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah, who's gonna make that pledge and get that tag? Who's gonna make these people, these so-called humans, this damn so-called white man, this devil, this system, their God? Only those that, haven't been called don't know what's going on. So that has to happen first. But it can't happen if World War III happened first. So that's basically the point. You know what I'm saying? Lord, when you got some out of this, and it's just to, again, filter world headlines. Again, for what it actually is, things to come. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's Luke 21 and verse 10. It says in the NLT, same verse, then he added, nation will go to war against nation. See, nation will go to war against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Matthew 24. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that?
Vladimir Putin did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine.
If he not what?
He did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine because he has a history of not sticking to his word when it comes to international agreements.
I think he'll keep his word. I think I've spoken to him. I've known him for a long time now. I've known him. We had to go through the Russian hoax together. That was not a good thing. It's not fair. That was a rigged deal. And had nothing to do with Russia. It was a rigged deal with inside the country, and they had to put up with that too. They put up with a lot. It wasn't just us. They had to put up with it, with a phony story that was made up. I've known him for a long time now, and I think he will. I don't believe he's going to violate his word. I don't think he'll be back. When we make a deal, I think the deal's going to hold. Now, they're going to have security. You're going to have security. You're going to have soldiers. I know France wants to be there. The president has said he wants to have soldiers there. I don't think we're going to even be necessary, but I don't think there'll be any problem with keeping the deal with the security.
That's basically it, man. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart, right? I'm going to read this in the NLT. It's like a stream of water directed by the Lord. See that? He guides it wherever he pleases. He pleases, exactly. So the Lord is going to get what he said to be, what he says is going to happen, done. You know what I'm saying? And in the KJV, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turned it whithersoever he will. So that's why it's mirrored to what Trump's saying. And that very well could be the case. But even if it ain't, World War III is not going to happen until, this tag system is set up. You know what I'm saying? So I just got one more. I'm going to close out on the Matthew. Sirach 36 and 16. It says, I'm going to start at 15. It says, 14. Fill Sion with thy unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee. See, that wait for thee. And let thy prophets be found faithful. Exactly. So the Lord, he revealed his secrets to the servants of prophets, and people gonna know it was men set up by God before them. was in their life, you know, whether they played with or not, took serious or not. And y'all gonna find out what we saying is true through the Spirit. All right, start with the eldermen, you know what I'm saying, on down, you know, which they amongst all the camps, but you know, primarily, chiefly, the Great Millstone Church. All right, so again, you know, there will be no World War III before that's set up, man. It has to happen. These people got to be tried. Then when that happens, it'll happen. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, man. So it's all rumors. It's not it. It couldn't be it, because the Lord, when it says the Lord, when He come back, it's gonna be as the days of Noah. People gonna be eating and drinking and all this. You know what I'm saying? But when the Lord simultaneously come back, it's to ensure World War III happen, and it's why World War III going on, basically. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we're said to be beamed up at the time when no missile shot. So it make all the sense in the world. So all this crap that they talk about, like, they're putting you in fear to make you fear mongers and make you. They basically trying to what's the word, predictive program you, desensitize you, all this weird stuff. You know, like we're not worried about no damn Trump. We ain't worried about these damn so-called elites either. That's what the Lord said. Ain't doing nothing. Ain't nothing going on but what the scripture says is gonna go on. Call on like how about Shemi outside. No World War III until that tax system set up.